So basically everyone who has ever touched a chessboard can be divided into one of these few brackets. Whether you're Garry Kasparov or Gary Busey, I'm sure you'll be able to spot your exact player type. So this is someone who is just starting out till about 900 elo. They do know how each piece moves, but they cannot actually move them in a cohesive way. They think en passant is some kind of a glitch exploit and that forcing a draw is actually cheating. For some reason, this group is actually the most eager to challenge you to play in real life. The less you know, the more confidence you have. They are really persistent and will do absolutely anything except the boring part, which is sitting down and learning some theory. The next player type is someone whose elo can range from 900 to 1300 elo points. One really important note is that these players are known to stay up all night playing chess, and depending on what kind of a night they have, they can gain or lose 3, maybe even 400 elo points per session, although with that gambler's mentality, it's mostly losing. In their mind, learning chess theory is basically watching a YouTube short and then repeating what they saw for as long as it works. While the two groups previously mentioned were either lacking in talent or experience, this one is lacking in commitment. This player type is really weird because he's sitting in a no man's land. On the one hand, he's too good to play with his friends, but he cannot play with pros consistently. To get good at chess, you actually need to play better opponents for as much as you can. This player decided to play worse opponents. So although these people are not professionals, they really take pride in letting you know that yes, they do know how to play chess, and yes, they've seen the Queen's Gambit and the Pawn's Sacrifice and anything else really that has something to do with chess. They use the chess slang whenever possible or whenever they speak. In fact, much more so than the next group on our list. Usually someone who has been introduced to the game at a very early age, so let's say the age of 5 to 6, just as an example, it can be even younger than that. The people that fall into this group have a ranking of above 2000. Or to be even more technical and precise, they can be Candidate Master, FIDE Master, International Master, or the Grandmaster. Nowadays, some people are even called the Super Grandmaster, but that's only referring to Magnus and 5 of his friends. Without exaggerating too much for comic purposes, some of the previous types of players remember some of their games and can even recreate them on an empty board. This is the type of a player that has 1972 Chess Olympiad fully memorized games in his head. So the two main takeaways from this is that these are the people who have been able to successfully turn their passion into a living, and no, you cannot beat them even if they were blindfolded and if they were to give you a free rook. I'm getting close to 500 subs, and actually subscribing to the channel really goes a long way because I'm trying to hit that elusive 1000 mark. Anyway, thanks for watching and see you when I see you. It would probably be good if I publicly apologized to Casually Explained for stealing his format, but I don't think I'm gonna do that.